Good morning, everybody. Bryan McWhite with JP Willman Realty Twin Cities with another Mindset Minute. And this morning I want to talk a little bit about goal planning, because this is the time of year, the 2 weeks before Christmas, where real estate business tends to slow down a little bit. Of course, clients tend to sit on their hands a little bit and wait for the new year. And so it's a good time, of course, to rest and recuperate, but also to set out and plan your goals for 2021. Now, most of you, at least many of you, are likely familiar with the SMART acronym when it comes to goal setting. I want to walk you through the 5 letters of SMART, but also I want to focus in on one of the letters in particular where I think real estate professionals tend to fall short, and it makes the whole goal planning procedure much less effective. So the acronym SMART stands for specific, so making your goals narrow enough that you can plan effectively. Measurable, meaning we need to understand what evidence, what metrics are we going to use to prove that we're on track, and then reevaluate if necessary. Attainable, meaning we need to make sure that we can realistically accomplish these goals within a certain time frame. R, relevant, meaning these goals should align with our values and our long-term objectives. And then T, time-based, meaning it's important to set an ambitious but realistic end date for the goals so that we can prioritize tasks and keep our motivation up. Okay. Now, I said that there's one of these that I think real estate professionals tend to fall short on, and that is the specific one, the first one. I think that agents who actually do goal planning, which if you do goal planning at all, you're ahead of the pack, because a lot of agents just don't do any goal planning at all. But even the agents who do goal planning tend to focus on the big top line numbers. You know, how many transactions do I want to do this year? How much money do I want to make this year? What's my GCI going to be? What's my volume going to be? Things like that. And that's great. But those numbers really are nothing but a dream or a pie in the sky unless we break them down into very specific, actionable goals on a monthly, weekly, even daily basis. I'm talking about, what are you going to do? What is your goal going to be for every day that you work? So, you know, how many phone calls are you going to make into your sphere? How many coffees or lunches do you want to set up during the week? How many events do you want to plan in the coming year? And when are you going to spend time investing in those events and planning them? How much time do you want to put into your newsletter? And on and on and on. All these sort of daily, monotonous things that lead to long-term real estate success. And the reason I think that they're so important is because all of us have had the experience of getting a quarter of the way into our year, halfway into our year, and we're behind on our goals. And if we don't have specific, very, very specific daily, weekly metrics for the milestones we need to hit on a daily and weekly basis that will add up to monthly and yearly success, then we don't know how to do a course correction. We can't dig into our numbers and say, well, I had planned to do this, but it turns out that my conversion percentage was wrong, so I actually need to do 25% more of this to hit the numbers that I want on a weekly and monthly basis. Okay, that's why it's so important to get really, really specific, even on a daily, sometimes on an hourly basis, so that we can do course corrections and we can right the ship before we get to the 6-month mark and realize, gosh, my plan is not working. I'm just not going to hit the numbers I wanted to hit. And usually that's the point where agents just kind of throw up their hands and say, well, I guess 2021 is going to be what it's going to be. It doesn't have to be that way. If you get very, very specific with how your daily and weekly goals translate into monthly and yearly goals, you're going to be so much more effective. Now, last thing, if you don't know how to do that, if you're not sure how to get from yearly goals, let's just say that you've got an income goal. I want to make X amount of dollars, and you don't know how to break that down into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. That's when you want to talk to somebody like me. We can have lunch, we can have coffee, we can do a half-an-hour free coaching session, and you and I can business plan together and figure out what those daily, weekly things will be that add up to monthly and yearly success, okay? I'm here for you anytime. Bryan McWhite with JP Willman Realty Twin Cities. Hope you guys have a great day.